Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. It's Mr. Andrew ESL. This is my new interactive activity book for Cycle 1. It works for both grade 1 and 2. It's called Listen by Mr. Andrew ESL. There are fun, cool songs, games, and stories that 6, 7, and 8-year-olds are gonna like. This is not material that you have to force upon them. This is stuff they're gonna want to do because it's fun. The easiest way to get a student to do the work is to get them to do work they already want to do. And this is why I do what I do. The first thing you'll see is that I have many different formats for my activity book. The first one is the Canva link that I shared on my Mr. Andrew ESL page on Facebook. If you're not already on my page, hopefully you can sign up. I mean, it's free and you have access to all sorts of cool stuff. The second thing is a Word document version that you can find on my website. The third way is a Google Slides version that I have on the web. So I'm going to tell you a lot about all these different types of formats and even more. So stay tuned. The first one is the Canva document that I've shared on my Facebook page. You just click on the link and it'll bring you to the Canva version of the Mr. Andrew ESL activity book. The activity book is interactive. I have a lot of links that'll bring you to songs, videos, games, etc. This is the song and activity list for the Season 1 Basics of English. There are actually 2 videos at the bottom of that page that you click on. On the bottom left, it has a video about my ESL philosophy for the Mr. Andrew ESL program. On the bottom right, it talks about the Bitmoji classroom legend. As you can see, each image does something when you click on it, and there's a little video about that. The first song that we see in the Mr. Andrew ESL program is yes, no, maybe, I don't know. Those are very important words for young learners to learn. Yes, no, maybe, I don't know. Most questions can be answered with that. There's always tons of resources on each page. You have the lyrics to the song, along with some flashcard symbols to explain what they do. There's a simple matching activity, which doesn't take too long. Then at the bottom, you'll see there's 3 images, and the 3 images all have links. The first one at the top is the yes, no, maybe, I don't know dance video, in which my daughter Josie dances the comprehension dances, and that's how the kids learn yes, no, maybe, I don't know, and a lot of the other vocabulary in context. I love teaching vocabulary in context because in many different songs we see the same words over and over again, and it really reinforces the vocabulary that we've learned. The second video is an adventure of life story, which are my little comics where we see the themes that we've been studying. The first one is the birthday animator, and it reinforces the yes, no, maybe, I don't know vocabulary that we've learned. I believe that using humor and comedy is an effective way to teach ESL and get kids motivated to learn. At the bottom, you see there's a Roblox game. I have 2 types of games that I generally make. The first is a Roblox type game. I have about 5 at the moment. I'm always making more, but they're pretty hard to make. They take a long time. The other type of game is very simple Genie Elite quizzes. For my next song, Good Morning, Good Afternoon, Good Night, there's the Genie Elite quiz on the bottom right. Once again, we're trying to make things fun, so before playing, you gotta spin that wheel to see what fabulous prize you might win. Oh look! I just won squares, and all the rights to squares. I was really close to winning half a sandwich that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson didn't finish though. Maybe next time. So anyway, you click on the little blue arrow and then you're in the quiz. Good night. That's gotta be good night. Spoiler alert, I've done this one before, it's good night. So that's a little tour of the Canva version of my activity book. Hopefully you can explore and check it out. If you prefer to use the Microsoft Word version, there's a link on my Mr. Andrew ESL Facebook page that'll take you to my website where you can download it. The Microsoft Word version acts the same as the Canva version. You can click on links and they'll bring you to the different videos. It's all the same activities. Another way to download the activity book is by visiting my virtual classroom by clicking on the link on my ESL Facebook page. The other link on that Facebook post was for my Google Slides version of the activity book that we'll see in a bit. In the bottom left corner of my virtual classroom, you can see a little activity book. Click on the book and you'll get to the link on my website, and you can download the activity book that way. You'll also see a smartboard on the right, and on the smartboard, that's how we're going to get to the Google Slides version of my activity book. The Google Slides version is the same as the other versions. It's just another way to project the activity book to your class. The last thing I'm going to show you is the Smart Notebook version of my book. It's still a work in progress, but there's a link that you can use to access it, though I never downloaded Lumio, so I don't know how it works. But this is what you get when you use the Smart Notebook version. That's the one I use in class. If you're like me, the Smart Notebook is usually the most consistent way to write on a smartboard. And I hope that it's going to be on the Smart Notebook network shortly, but they're currently reviewing it. I'll keep you posted though. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. Try and use some of this material. Let me know what you think. It really is a better way to teach English. Bye. I'm going to let the music roll a little bit. It's a nice song.